It's a two-parter. It's going to be how to make a cookie cutter using Illustrator and Fusion together. So first thing we want to do is come in here and make a new document. And we want to make sure that we have millimeters selected because we did give you a profile of 50 by 50 is the maximum. And you can go in here and just double check. Yep, millimeters, and type in 50 just in case so I know we're all doing it at the same time together. Now the only other thing you might want to change is the RGB color mode. It'll give you a little warning, but whatever, that's kind of what we need. And we'll come over to this part. So first things first, if you hover over any of the tools in Illustrator that have a little drop down arrow, you'll get new tools. So we want the ellipse tool, and if you make an ellipse, it has a major and a minor axes, and if you hold shift, it makes those equal, which makes a circle. And if you come over to here, and again, if you don't see these tools over here, just remember, you can always scroll through here and find whatever you would like to work with. So I'm going to click Essentials, and in my transform tool, I want to make sure that this proportion is locked, and that means when I change this to, let's say, 40 millimeters, it'll update both. And so I kind of get one thing done with one tool in both directions. So now we want to go into selection, and we want to move this over, and what we want to pay attention to is also our fill and our stroke. So the stroke is the line running around the outer perimeter, and the fill is the interior color. So if I can change that over here, which is super fun, but we want to eliminate it altogether by clicking the slash. And what that means is that now it is empty, so we just have the line. And we want to make another ellipse. So again, holding shift, that'll make a circle. Doesn't matter the size because we'll type it in up here. And let's say that this is 35 millimeters, and because it's still linked, it should update, and sure enough it does. So now I'll go back into my selection tool. Remember, this selection tool is kind of the, grabbing the whole piece. It gives me the outer boundary. If I go into direct selection, that's the points. So we just want to use this one. Okay. Now we click and drag, and we'll get two of these parts together, and now we have all of these new tools popping up. One of them is an alignment tool, which allows these things to be in one place. So if I have this all the way over here, and I scroll over these again by clicking and say, hey, I'm going to use this vertical alignment and this horizontal alignment, now they're going to be in the same place, which is super helpful. All right, cool. And the only other thing I want to set here is going to be this. I'm going to set it to 0.1 instead of 1, because otherwise it'll be really, really big and bulky when I go to import. Okay, so I'm making a cookie, and I want to think of this in 3D. So I might want to put a message here, like, I don't know, Happy Holidays, something like that. Now if I click the selection tool, it's going to give me the outer boundary, and it'll treat this like text, which is great, because that means, just like you're used to with any other program, you can highlight it, you can do whatever you'd like. One of the things I want to do is change it, because this is kind of just boring. I want to change it to, I don't know, what's a good, this one seems highlighted. Yeah, that one's great. So I'm going to use that, and it's super cool. But I want it to be on the inside, and I want it to be aligned and all these things. But, and this got me the first time I did it, you want to make sure this thing's actually reversed, because this is going to be a stamp. So in order to do that, think of it like an object. Come over to here to the transform and reflect that. And now you get this vertical reflection, and that should be pretty much almost done. Now, the only other thing you got to do, because we are thinking of this in 3D, is you have to think of this as an object. And right now, all this text is embedded in here. Not like this one where I have points. This one doesn't have that. It has this big blue line, which means it is text. There's a lot of stuff baked in there. So what we want to also do is go into Object. We want to expand this. And it's going to say, hey, how do you want to expand that? You want, any one of these? And we say, yep, sure. And we get all the points from that bad boy. And that's great because it's going to help. And now we go into star tools and other things, and we add all kinds of cool shapes or whatever, because we're going to make a great cookie for the holidays. Now, there's one last step, and then we can import this into Fusion. So, you know what? I might actually come over here and say, hey, you're going to be this, because I don't necessarily want to deal with, random lines that are thicker or bigger or whatever, and that's what you're going to do. So we can do that. And you'll see it gets a little weird right there, but that's okay. Actually, that one, let's change it so it's the fill because I don't want any weird shapes. And then in this one, we'll have the interior, exterior, whatever it is, but this will act like a big stamp. Let's go up to File, Export As. So this is a little different. You just want to click File, Export As, because it's going to give you all of these different options. Like SVG we could use in Fusion. I prefer you use DXF. It's going to be a little bit more versatile. And let's make this thing the cut cookie file. And now I'll save it to my desktop and export. Don't worry about this stuff. It's just asking about scale. Just say yes, yes, it's all great. And we are done with that